BPod Studios.
Dutcher and Hardy, the reviews are in.
I got to stay on talk about you. Give me about 5 minutes of my time.
What he said. Now more of on the Sports Hub.
Yeah. Hey, we're Dutcher and Hardy. This hour of our show is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more with FanDuel. 617-779-0985. Brian, go ahead, Brian. Hello.
Yeah, but I want you to go take a look at that bathroom. It's horrendous. Okay? I've had diarrhea for 2 days. There's 2 buckets full. Look, just put your foot on the thing. They're horrendous. There's no hot water. Do you know that? There's no hot water on this floor? Well, you do now. Everybody's complaining about it. I'm supposed to have a meeting here at 3 o'clock. I wish you would be here. My sister's coming. Susan is going to come.
Yeah.
She's going to come down here. And what is her title?
She's a social worker.
Social worker. Okay, yeah, because we're trying to find placement for me.
Brian.
Hello.
You got diarrhea, do you?
Oh, sorry for sharing that.
That's all right.
I didn't know I was on the air.
Yeah, all right. Well, you called a radio station.
Is it?
Yeah, I know that much. I'm not totally dementia.
Is it an illness or is it something you ate? What happened?
No, man. I'm in like a medical rehab.
They're very
facility.
good. All right, good. All right, Brian. What's going on?
Okay, well, I caught a piece, and you were playing Donna Summer on the radio.
Yeah.
And I just called in to talk to your kid on the other line. And I was just curious why you were doing that. I didn't catch the beginning.
All right.
And I guess it's part of the soundtrack to a movie, or Dune 2 or something.
That's it. It's in Dune.
Absolutely. It's Now, you were now, Brian, I hope they clear up your diarrhea at your rehab facility. But you told me something very interesting about Donna Summer.
Yes.
In the break.
Yes.
Listen to this, Johnny. This might be, you might have a sergeant in arms, someone who loves sports, but also has an affinity for African-American music from years ago, decades ago.
All right. Yeah. Let's see if you guys can guess. A prominent local, I'll even tell you, Patriots voice. His 2 favorite artists are Earth, Wind, and Fire and Donna Summer.
Not only that, but 2 favorite artists to the exclusion of everyone else.
Really?
This person only enjoys the music of Earth, Wind, and Fire and Donna Summer. Of all music in the world, she works hard for the money, hits his brain in such a way. Remember that video?
Yes.
Oof.
All those housewives out in the hot sun, yes.
It just made me think being an adult sucks. Like Donna Summer, this is an excruciating video.
All right. So the way you're setting it up, it would, of course, be someone who is an outside-the-box thinker.
It's not Cedric Maxwell. It's not
no.
I was
gonna say the way you set this up, Bob Sosi. Okay, it's not Bob Sosi. It just said Mark Capello in my earphones.
No. I can tell you that his would be the music of like
God
Hank
Bless
Williams
America
Jr.
is his favorite.
Yeah, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah,
David Allan Coe.
Put a boot in your ass.
Yeah, that would be his.
Let's see. Who else could it be? Mark Bertrand.
Well, that's very
Decent
nice
guy.
to put him in there. But he's a man who covers all sports, John. That's not fair.
Okay.
You know that.
All right, I give up. Who is it?
Paul Perillo.
Really?
Paul Perillo, biggest Donna Summer fan.
Wow.
Does not know any other music. You could play in the opening sounds of Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion and be like, I don't know.
Really?
Play him anything from the 90s, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam. He's like, I don't know.
It takes a lot of discipline to ignore 3 decades of music.
Well, I mean,
4.
Oh my God!
But it's not only that, because like my parents didn't have any music in the house. The idea that I liked music was like my mom had a Leo Sayer album and Jimmy Buffett's greatest hits.
You make me feel like that.
I don't even know Leo Sayer. I never even curiosity to me. Like I had to go over to my friend's house who's like, to see the Iron Maiden Killers album that had Eddie's Sex Shop in the corner. But can you imagine that Donna Summer is the only artist that you find at all passable. Like that after Donna Summer, you felt there's no need. So when you go into his
Earth,
car,
Wind and Fire.
he loves weddings, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
He loves weddings from bad wedding bands.
Yeah.
Because I would say that you only hear Earth, Wind, and Fire at weddings, at bad weddings.
I like it.
Yeah, you do. Well, yeah, you do.
You don't like this song?
It's fine. I like Easy Lover.
That's not really Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, but it's the important parts of it, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Philip Bailey is.
Yeah,
one
with
of the
Phil Collins thrown in.
Right.
Yeah, Philip Bailey. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what Candy did easier. Is
That video for
Lover.
Easy Lover. Do you know do you remember the video for that, Fred?
Do I ever? It was the original black and white guy getting along.
Tour de force by the two of them.
I think that was Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, but I don't know which came first. Was Ebony and Ivory, was Easy Lover just a blatant ripoff of Ebony and Ivory?
No.
Which came first? That's an interesting question.
Ebony
for
and
you.
Ivory was first.
You don't know that. You don't know that for a fact.
I'm 90% sure.
And then what did Michael Jackson end up doing to
Stealing the publishing to the
Paul
Beatles,
McCartney?
The Beatles. Well, not stealing, but buying them out from under
That
his...
was
bought it right
that
out
was-
from under me?
That was Say. That was Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
Ah.
Easy Lover 1984, Getting from the Back 82 was Ebony and Ivory.
And who was Ebony and Ivory?
That was Stevie Wonder, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He couldn't even tell what sandwich was in front of him.
And what about The Doggone Girl Is Mine?
Oh, that's...
Because they were not getting along. They were
We
fighting
used to
over
go
a
to
woman.
Stevie. We would get hang on. We would get we would say, oh, look, it's lunch. I wonder what we have for lunch. And then Stevie would go, oh, goody, goody. And I'd say, there's a sandwich. And he would put his hand down. And the sandwich would just keep going. We'd get him a big 6-footer. A big party sub. And he would go, does it ever end?
Right, because he couldn't see it.
He was blind.
I get it, yes.
Yeah. He'd say, is this thing ever going to end? And I'd say, no. I get it from Blippi's. The bread's so long. We had fun in the studio with him. We go, here you go, what do you want on it? And he'd go, no tomato. And we'd say, okay. And then we put a bunch of tomato on it. And he'd go, oh, boo. And we go, ha ha.
Cold cuts. That's rather insensitive.
Yeah, we would have
with.
fun in the kind of him missing senses. He could smell, though. He'd know from a mile away if there was mayonnaise.
Cold cuts. I don't know if that's true. I have heard from
texture was his friend.
Vision impaired people.
Texture was his. He could feel spicy
their
mustard.
senses are
he
not
would know.
enhanced. It's ridiculous. They're not superheroes.
Well, tell that to his ears. They gave us such beauty. He could tell if it was spicy mayo by the texture. He'd say, "Oh no, back, take it back. I wanted." The herbal mustard.
Did you have certain sandwiches that you ate during the recordings of different Beatles albums, like during Abbey Road?
Abbey Road. Oh, there was no liverwurst allowed. No.
What were you eating during Sgt. Pepper's?
Sgt. Pepper's. Oh, that were my friend club sandwiches. That's why we had the cover. The club sandwich, the bread, the stack of bread was the potpourri of celebrity on the cover of Sgt. Pepper.
It all makes sense.
We said, oh, John, he goes, I want to put just 2 blokes on the cover. I said, no, make it a club of people.
What about Meet the Beatles? Were you eating meat sandwiches?
I think I've gone too long with this whole thing. I've ran out of things. Meet the Beatles, we would eat anything between 2 pieces of bread. We'd eat a foot, an old shoe, and Meet the Beatles. We were just stealing the black people's music at that point. We'd say, oh, here's an old blues song. We'll make it. And all of a sudden people would listen to it because of the kind of our color.
Did you feel the need to apologize to Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson later on in your career for stealing the music of black people early in your career?
Well, it was all like amends. I'd say, Michael Jackson, hey, you're real famous. Try to elongate my career. You know?
And then Dave Grohl took that baton and ran with it.
And then Dave Grohl said, I'm friendly, so I'll last forever.
And if
I can do whatever I want. I'll put out just whatever. And people will love it because I'm friendly.
We're making a documentary. Do you think Dave Grohl will be in it? Actually, he's outside asking if he can be.
He is in the Descendants documentary. He is in all the documentaries.
He's in all the documentaries, and because he loves everything, so he can speak passionately.
He made ribs for the homeless for a long time,
and made a documentary about it.
On Super Bowl Sunday, he spent 24 hours. I don't know why 24 hours. But he loves to grill, apparently, he made food for the homeless for 24 hours.
There's a lot of Foo Fighters music that I like, and Dave Grohl is a supremely likable person. But some of the stuff he does, like that. Did you watch the Sound City documentary?
No, there's a limit to what I'll watch.
It's good. Yeah, I mean, as a music lover, you would appreciate it. But they talk with such reverence about the board, the mixing board at Sound City, and the sound of the drum room, and how he bought the board because they wanted to make records the real way, and none of this digital enhancement. And I'm like, you know what, Dave, that's all great and everything, but if you're talking about keeping it real, that's what kids do now because they can't afford a mixing board and an 8-track reel-to-reel tape.
Yeah, so, you know how we got the drum sound on Come Together? Ringo just couldn't find the sound, John. You know how we got it?
How?
We stuck a salami in the back kick drum.
Huh. He said that he was done. He said he didn't want to do it anymore.
You'll figure out as the longer
we were talking about
here.
something else.
No. You know how we got that sound?
No. He's never done.
We put the helmets all around the rim of the snare.
No. He's done when he runs out of breath. He's never really done.
You didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, we said, Ringo, can't you find the sound? He said, no. I said, put a little dot of mayo on it. Shred the lettuce. I go, Sean, shred the lettuce. Yeah, and then he just would hit his wife.
And ignore his firstborn son.
Julian didn't exist. I said, I'll take the reins. Give the boy a sandwich, at least a bite of yours. All right, very good. Very good. When we come back, we will read you our emails, as opposed to what we just did. Listen to a guy complain about his diarrhea. Very good. We
I don't know why we were playing Donna Summer. Just so
he just wanted to be filled in.
No,
more than anything.
We played it because Donna Summer is featured prominently in the movie Dune. That's right.
Yes, using AI. Yeah, using AI. It's just there's a part of Dune that's just the video. She works hard for the money.
Well, they enhanced her voice. It does sound different. That's just Donna Summer.
Machi. All right, we'll be back.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Award-winning movies often have incredible soundtracks, and many of those have gone on to become country gold. We've picked our top 5 country songs that have been nominated for an Oscar. Text Oscar to 45911 to see if your favorite made the list on BackstageCountry.com. Text Oscar to 45911 and we'll send the link straight to your phone.
Is elongating.
Weekday morning.
Here goes Hardy.
Toucher and Hardy.
I no longer love things.
Let's go. Let's ride.
98.5.
Let's roll the dice.
The Sports Hub.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right. I have a dream, and it was sent to me on Instagram at Fred Toucher. And I appreciate the gentleman that did it. In fact, I'll name him. Michael Stamison. I appreciate it. He says, feels like you have to send Nick. And Nick, I would love it if you could go. I could understand if you couldn't. But there's a catch. I need you to take someone with you. No one crazy. Someone who could meet you there. Not Rock and Roll Mike. Mark Henry, world's strongest man, Hall of Fame pro wrestling legend. For a night of stand-up and stories at the Loon. What if you and Jason Stewart went to the Loon at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, March 12th? You know that James Stewart could get you in.
James, yeah.
James Stewart.
You said Jason.
Oh, Jason Daniel Evans is my best friend.
Okay.
Guilty as charged.
Okay.
And I was thinking Jay Stu, I had warm feelings, so I thought best friend. It's probably what was going on there. Can you take James Stewart on March 12th? Come on. Come on, Nick. Nicholas! Nick, please, come on, Nick.
He's saying a whole bunch of word salad right now, so he's.
I find that hard to believe, Dan. I can't. I find it hard to believe. Nick, I'll leave you alone. Can you just come to the mic real quick? You're so exasperated. Your hand gestures alone. What is his problem?
Very mad.
Why is this making him so mad?
I don't know. I can't turn the mic on. He's swearing so much.
Why is he so mad?
He doesn't know schedule wise. He's
okay. Well, if he can't go, he can't go.
I'll
it
go.
might be
I'll
tough.
go.
Okay.
Well, it's yeah. All right. Why is he so mad? Why is he? He's real mad. I'm being dead serious now. I don't understand why he's so angry.
Now they're angry with each other.
Now they're angry with each other. Whoa, he's saying F you. Okay, whatever. I'll leave him alone. He doesn't like this. For the record, can we just know, I just said, can you go March 12th to Mark Henry? If he can't go, he can't go.
You did say that. You did preface that before you asked.
Oh, all right. Very good. Okay, I don't know. All right. I don't know what that, I just opened up a whole box of crap that I'm not going to close. I don't know what happened.
March 12th?
Hachi Machi, 2024. Look it out.
The 11th is the first night of Ramadan, so I don't know if that's going to change things for anybody.
Hey, assalamu alaikum.
Can we get
brothers and sisters?
Can we call Bird just to try and get him to say alaikum salam?
You should see Nick's face. He is fit to be tied. You ever do something and you got no idea what's going on?
Why do I find that so funny?
It's really interesting.
So
okay,
stupid.
for this is for the audience. None of this is. I don't know. Honestly, someone said, "Can Nick go to Mark Henry at the Loon with Jay Stu?" I said on the air, "It's not a big deal if you can't go. I don't care if he goes or not. I just thought it would be funny." That generated like heat. Like he's glaring at me. I don't know what.
It's me. I did it wrong. So I need to.
Okay.
No, I did. I didn't approach it in the right way. So therefore, it turned into something.
All right.
else.
So he can't go. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Who cares? It's over.
I would just like to go on record publicly on these airwaves and say I very much appreciate Nick going to that movie with Bird and providing the audio and being a good sport about us making sport of him and the audio that you recorded. Nick, you understand? It shouldn't go without saying, so I'm saying it right now. More than anything, I appreciate the time and the effort that takes, and even more so, your willingness to be made fun of afterward for nothing more than going above and beyond and doing your job.
Jesus for the rain.
That's the wrong time to play that. I'm trying to make an apology. Don't
in
play
all
that
seriousness,
now.
so you've come around on the Bird calling me in the morning thing.
Yes.
How much do you? This is in all honesty. How much more do you sympathize with me now than you did as a listener of the show?
Certain things I do, other things I don't. I always thought you were a little too rough on Nick. I'm serious.
Okay. Do you think I'm too rough on Nick?
I thought there were times when you were a little out of line.
Oh
with
yeah,
Nick.
certainly at BCN. But now that you're here, do you think I'm too rough on Nicholas?
Oh, not now. I
Yeah.
think you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I don't know I don't want to upset you anymore.
You're not. You're
Okay,
not.
thank you.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I would be
At
upsetting you.
WBCN, yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I was out of
things
my
were
mind. It was very funny though.
to you.
I think there are times when you and I both say and do things that are wildly inappropriate to our coworkers, but I have the luxury of doing it with a great deal of charm, whereas you come off as abrasive.
I think
that's probably true, actually.
I think anything I've said about a coworker in the last 15 years is minuscule compared to what I've said about myself. Have you read the Globe? Google my name.
No, I'm not going to do that. Not if it's going to help your argument. I'm not going to.
I think I've taken a few bullets for this here program. Not this program, but the former program.
Yes.
I think I stood out and took sniper fire for 15, 16 years. I let a whole narrative play out that things were a certain way. Don't you worry. I can put myself on the martyr, throw myself on the martyr sword anytime I like, Hardy. But I think you see that Nicholas and I have he's treated with nothing but respect in these environs. In fact, I would say I stick up for young Nicholas and have been a advocator for his with the higher ups. Is that not true, Hardy?
Oh boy. Yes, you're a squishy Nicky advocate.
I think the moment that sold me on being an advocate for Nicholas and the work that he does is when his now wife came into his home and found him unconscious, covered in his own excrement.
This is where you don't have to do that.
And that's why it doesn't frustrate me, and it more concerns me when young Nicholas gets so upset, because I think
there's a good chance
the night that he's going to die.
He's going to poop himself.
We're not going to see him again
in that chair.
Is he going to die, or is he worse yet, not going to die, but have the humiliation of making love to a woman that once found him dead to the rights, covered in his own excrement? What a woman. What a wonderful woman.
She really is.
To ever look at him sexually
She is
again.
They
created a beautiful child together.
And his wife, a delight. That's the only word for it.
She is a delight.
In fact, all of you have wonderful wives, and I have a wonderful ex-wife. Everyone loves everyone.
That's right.
It's all kumbaya. All right, I talk too much. You guys
I have an email.
Do.
I have an email.
I have
Please.
one or two.
All right. Good morning, Freddie T. Also addressed to me.
But it says Freddie T.
Watch the Judas Priest video for Living After Midnight and tell me how no one had a clue about Rob Halford. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Happy Hump Day, Joe from Saugus. Not only, and David Spade does a great bit about this, about going to see Queen at a very young age and seeing Freddie Mercury down on the stage and thinking, God, I bet that guy gets all the chicks. Look at him. But Zoe and I have talked about this because he and I both grew up in homes with, let's say our dads were not the most tolerant people in the world, okay? Mm-hmm. And I think Zoe more so than my dad. Both our fathers have passed. But as children, both Zoe and I had in our homes Village People records and listened to them. YMCA, In the Navy, all that stuff, all hours of the day and night on the record player, and our fathers never said a thing. And we've talked about this, Zoe and I. It's like, they must have known. I mean, our dads were not, dummies.
They didn't hide the Village People. The Village People were gay.
And
that was like the thing about the Village People. They were from the Village
but
in New York, which was the gay area of New York.
I never even made that connection. But I'm not even kidding.
The song YMCA is about gay sex at the Y.
And
they're not even covering any of it.
The U.S. Navy allowed them to film the video for In the Navy on board a destroyer.
Don't Stop the Music, the Village People movie, that's where it could get confusing because Steve Guttenberg's roller skating 10-minute opening scene is
now he's
a call to women to everywhere to run to him. You know what's funny is my parents, this is honestly true and kind of boring. My parents, I've never heard them say anything negative or stereotypical about a group of people in my life. Ever. Never. Which is almost impossible. But that's how little they talk to me openly. Is that never anything that could be construed as any, I guess. I mean, my grandmother, my father's mother, was from Missouri. And so she had that, patronizing racism that was disguised as, Jared came over to the house and he's one of the smart ones.
Oh, yeah.
She was like that. And so, and then,
you know what?
But my dad would just ignore her. My parents never said anything like that.
Well, my mother has never said anything.
Yeah, she's still living. You're covering
no,
her tracks.
No, but she is. I mean, a truly wonderful person. And my dad never really said anything like that either. He would say things that you didn't know what they mean, but you knew what they meant. Like, I remember Liberace being on TV, and I'm watching, and he's like, oh, Liberace. Yeah, that guy will give you change for a 7. I said, what? Okay. Wow. And I've thought about that over the years. I'm like, I didn't know what it meant.
Funny money.
But I know.
Yeah.
He'll give you change for a 7. You don't know what it means, but you know exactly what it means.
But that's like Hardy's taste in girls. He'll give you change for a 7. He doesn't want a 7. He doesn't want to show off.
No, he wants a 5.
No, and he's married to a beautiful woman. This doesn't count. His wife doesn't count in either talk. This is from a guy named
Chef. She's not my type.
This is a guy who is. She bucks the trend. Here's a guy that I'm friends with on Instagram. I like him. I actually get back to him. He goes, "Does Hardy have OCD like Letterman? Maybe there's some connection between that and loving plain girls. I don't know what it means, but I just thought it was worth
I have
reading.
no idea what that means.
He's the guy I actually talked to.
How does I don't have OCD.
Letterman did sleep with the plain-looking intern. His wife is plain-looking.
That's true.
He loves plain-looking Indiana-bred ladies.
Yeah, but I just don't see how one would have anything to do with the other.
All right, Johnny, what do you got?
A positive one for you, Fred. Put that Dagwood right in my veins. Love cold cuts McCartney.
Yeah, get in line.
That's right. And this is a conversation we had a couple of days ago. In my town, this is from Jay, in my town there was a coach of a Little League team that during batting practice would intentionally throw balls and try and hit his own son to show other kids' parents he's not only hitting their kids.
Yeah.
We're talking about the yips when throwing batting practice to Little League.
There's a whole psychology to coaching Little League that, in primarily Little League, that is, it really messes with your brain as an adult. Because you're trying not to hurt them, but you're also trying to act like a man who has some, because other parents are judging your acumen. So, which I did find out. I mean, I told you, I had a parent who's like, you're teaching my kid to throw wrong. And I'm like, well, how would you like him to throw? Like, I don't know. Then you teach him to throw.
I was just going to get out here and volunteer.
Or just teach him to throw. Yeah. Like I taught my kid to throw. My kid throws hard. He throws. Yeah. I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, I'll stop when I don't know what I'm doing anymore, which is at the age I stopped. Around 12, I stopped coaching my son because I said, now we're getting into mechanics that I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
It's been too long since I played. Jesus, I'm 49. I stopped playing baseball at 18. I mean, it's been a very long time. You do that mathematics. I don't feel like 31 years.
Yeah, and
I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. And things have changed since then, with the rock and roll, and the hip to the hop.
I have one more. What does a sick John Wallach and undocumented workers have in common?
This ought to be good.
They are all illegals.
I get so many of these.
I got one.
Do you have the haiku?
I got one. Oh, while you look for that, this from Frank. I saw you eating a raccoon carcass when I was driving to work on Route 113 in Drake. You were wearing a plastic bib and a monocle. I love you. Signed, Frank M.
All right, this is from Clarence. It's
Extra credit for saying raccoon.
Yeah,
for you,
I
John.
appreciate that. This is from Clarence.
Yeah.
It says a haiku for Wallach.
I saw this.
All right. I got it. You keep track of the syllables. Caw, scree, screech, caw, caw. Scree, scree, screech, caw, caw. Caw, 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 screech, screech.
I think that was 575. I think that counts.
Did that at least cheer? Now Nick's laughing, so at least he's done well.
One more. An eagle's eyesight is around 5 times better than a human's vision. You got screwed. Can't see and can't hear, poor bird. Also, I think that was close to a haiku as well.
Can we get... I'm starting to think Nicholas has a behavior problem. He's got to be able to control his emotions. We're asking... I mean, he's got to have a governor on that engine of his. That caboose of his gets cooking. He gets too upset.
He starts dragging that wagon around.
That was a Nick problem there. He got too upset. I'm going to say it out loud. I'm going to say what needs to be said.
You're going to say it out
loud.
loud.
If he was my kids, I'd be like, I'd self-evaluate, and I go, was that me or was that my kid? And at that point, that's a behavioral problem that needs to be governed by us. Nick was out of line.
Being yelled at to say that he apologized.
Thank you. Nick was out of line.
No,
Nicholas, you were out of line.
To me.
Well, I don't even know what happened between the two of you. Something weird with G-Stu. Hey, Jack, you're dredging up beefs. All right, I don't know what's going on, but I don't care. I really don't even tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to.
It's kind of more fun not knowing.
I don't want to know. Whatever it was this weird. We just made fun of Nick talking to Bird for half an hour, and then I said, "Will you go out to see John Henry with the stew man at the Loon?" And that caused chaos behind the scenes. I'll never mention.
They're moving furniture in there. It was getting rough.
I mean, there's swearing and yelling and everything else under the sun. So now you have to appreciate, though, that sometimes things happen, and I really don't know. Like, I wasn't even trying to provoke anything. I mean, I'm still talking about it, which I guess is a problem.
That
if I was going to self-evaluate.
Not helping.
No. But it was funny enough to me that I can't stop. I got something in me when I see someone get upset for no reason. I can't stop talking about it. It's something about it I just love so much. Because I feel completely
you should stop
vindictive.
But now that you've identified it, now you should stop.
No, but I can't. It's making me want to do it more.
What would Cold Cuts McCarthy say?
Oh.
No, McCarthy.
Oh. Hey, Nick, why don't you put a chill pill in one of them sandwiches? You're crazier than the trade deadline of the Red Sox.
There it is.
But there was no cold cuts in that one. That was just straight McCarthy. Who, according to Zolak, is no fan of that impression. And I don't believe Zolak at all. All right. We will be back in just a moment.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Lainey Wilson is on a roll. She's delivering great music and teaming up with some of country's hottest acts. Text Lainey to 45911 to see which 4 Lainey Wilson collabs have us talking at BackstageCountry.com. Text Lainey to 45911 to get a link to the list sent right to your phone from BackstageCountry.com.
Twitch feed of this is going to be used all around the internet.
Get up.
The cat is finally out of the bag.
Get up.
We're back. Toucher and Hardy.
Get up.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Woof. Someone's hot to trot. All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. It's about time for the show to end, quite frankly.
Oh, good. I got stuff to do.
I'm getting my hair cut for my big vacation.
Oh, smart. Doing it a few days at a time. Do it the day before.
Yeah, me and my son, just 2 bachelors in paradise. The two of us.
Nice.
There you go.
Now, here's the deal. Do you think that the casino is sticklers for the 18 and over gambling?
Your son's tall enough. I think he gets away with it.
Baby face, though.
I don't know where you're going. I don't know if you want to say where you're going, but
because if I say where I'm going, I'm going to get mobbed.
Yeah, I'm just saying you got a slightly better chance of getting away with it there than you would in other places.
Yeah. I would say it's locale. Yeah, it's.
Have you done a vacation with just you and your son before?
I have not.
Let me tell you, I did.
Oh yeah, I've gone to Detroit with him, but I haven't.
Okay. All right. So you have an inkling of this.
Yeah.
I did it last summer. My son and I went away for, I don't know, like 4 days, and it was enjoyable in a different way, but one of the most enjoyable vacations I've had because as the 2 guys, we would be out doing stuff all day and then get back to the hotel room like, holy crap, we're going to that show in an hour. Do you think we can shower, eat, and make the 20-minute walk over there? And he was like, yeah, why not? I said, yeah, why not? Call room service. Can you send a pizza up? Sure. We were both out of the shower, dressed, and had dinner in 20 minutes. Nice. There's no doing that with my wife and daughter. It's not even a consideration. Mm-hmm. But the 2 of us, that's no problem. Great.
Do you, I'm just impressed you both showered before going to out.
Well, we were in Las Vegas in the summer. We've been out in 114-degree heat, and we both needed to shower before we went out for the night.
This was interesting. Did you see that 2 men have been convicted of killing Jam Master Jay?
I had this as the first item in the Slack.
Oh, I got to know you had stories. Yeah, go ahead.
Swift justice for the men who have now been convicted.
They've been convicted, not sentenced.
For killing Jam Master Jay in an event that took place in Queens on October 30th, my daughter's birthday, 2002. 22 years later.
Which is weird. Like, so if you murder someone, like, you're never off the hook. Like, so what happened is the two people that witnessed it, like, flipped and started talking.
Yes.
But here's what the interesting part about it was. Jam Master Jay was cocaine trafficking. Like, vast amounts of cocaine, like trafficking cocaine. Well, I mean, I guess it's true. I mean, that's why they're saying they're convicting the guys that killing him. It's his friend and one of his relatives. They feel they got screwed over on a $200,000 cocaine deal. I mean, but he had his own studio. Run DMC had to have made a tremendous amount of money. They were one of the biggest groups in the world for about a 5-year run.
Yeah, from like 82 to 87, 82 to 88.
Because they've been screwed out of money. I mean, because they fell off quick. Because you got to figure that they weren't even old when they stopped. Because remember, like, Pause.
When was Walk This Way? What year was that?
86.
Right.
I think Raising Hell came out in 86.
Yeah.
So 86. Say they were 24 in 86, and Jam Master Jay might have been like 23. I mean, by the time they did Pause and, like, were not famous anymore,
yeah,
they were probably only 30.
Yeah.
So, but you figured that they had to have. So I guess maybe just people went to Jam Master Jay and were like, you have all this capital if we start importing drugs.
Well, he was only 37 when he died in 2002.
Jesus. Oh, now there's math involved, which is very difficult for me. So, but I'm just saying that, you know, you think of people's careers and how famous they were, and it was long ago. But I bet you that when they started the rapid decline, because, like, let's say Raising Hell had Run's House and Beats the Rhyme, and then Mary Mary.
Why are you bugging?
But Mary Mary was like the last song of theirs that did anything. Mm-hmm. I bet you they weren't even 30 yet. And then everything fell apart.
So although the group was publicly against drug use and made anti-drug public service announcements, Jam Master Jay turned to cocaine trafficking as their popularity began to fade in the 90s. Prosecutors said that his godson and a childhood friend who was staying with Jam Master Jay's sister thought they'd be part of a drug deal worth nearly $200,000 and were angered when they were cut out. And that's how.
So when Tougher Than Leather came out, Jam Master Jay was 23.
Jesus.
Wow. All right.
Holy moly. Tougher Leather came out in 88. King of Rock came out at 85. So they went from nobodies to huge to nobodies in the span of 3 years.
Yeah.
That is crazy, that ride. Larry Bud Melman lasted longer, and he was in the video for Rockbox.
I remember watching a Larry Bud Melman video when David Letterman sent him to Mexico, and he was supposed to be checking in with one of his reports, and he was borderline crying, saying that he just wanted to come home, and I'm not sure he was a good enough actor to pull it off. He just kept going, I want to come home. I want to come home. And
so you think that was true?
Was he an actor?
I don't know. He was in the video for Rockbox, as were Penn Jillette in the video for It's Tricky. You could tell that Run DMC were not casting their own videos.
No. Brian Hoyer said the Patriots should keep Mac Jones and draft a wide receiver with the number 3 pick.
That's why he'll never be a general manager. That's the Michigan State education for you.
And we were talking about Freddie Mercury earlier. His home in London is for sale. What do you think the asking price is for Freddie Mercury's home with
$125,000?
That's not
$100 million.
You're talking about childhood. You're talking about euros. 150 euros. 150,000 euros.
Not his childhood home.
Let's see. It's $375,000.
$38 million.
And where is that located?
London.
Oh, well, you know the prices in London.
Yeah, boy, do I ever.
It's like the oil. Thanks a lot, Biden. All right, let's do a crossover. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll find out. I see Zolak.
Oh, it's Garden Lodge in Kensington, West London.
Yeah, that sounds expensive on the account of the hedgerows. They're hard to build.
It includes a Japanese sitting room, a double-height drawing room, a bar and library, and a music center.
I have a Lithuanian sitting room. All right, we will be back.
BackstageCountry.com, your online home for all things country music. Country music has so many generous artists who always seem to jump in to help those in need. We're spotlighting 5 who lead by example and lend a helping hand to charitable causes. See who made our list when you text GIVE to 45911. Text GIVE to 45911 and read all about it right now on BackstageCountry.com.
Half toucher.
Dressed like a gorilla.
Half Hardy.
A big, beautiful ball of flavor.
And a whole lot of Boston sports.
And I have had many offers to become an insider.
Sports Hub.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. Did I say this hour is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook? Make every moment more with FanDuel. Very good. We were graced by both Zolak and Bertrand. Hardy got up. He got up. He's such a gentleman.
Classy.
He is classy. He got up.
He did it at dinner one night. Like, got up when like his wife was going to the bathroom. Like, whoa!
Oh, he's like cuckold.
Yeah. Wife goes, chivalry is not dead.
That's not being cuckold. That's being raised right. You set when a woman approaches the table or leaves the table, you stand up.
Stands up.
You do that with your wife?
I thought it was like
Do you do that at home?
I'm like, whoa! Everybody stand up.
So you're putting on a show.
No, but you do it in You do it in public.
It was like a thing to make everyone look
I don't
bad.
walk around the house opening doors for her either. But you do things.
Well, it's a rule or it's not a rule.
Do you lean over and unlock the door or does she lean over when? Oh,
yeah, because we have door locks that still pull up.
And 78
yeah,
on display.
I drive a '77 Nova.
I gotta say, I didn't know how much I missed Bird until I heard the Bird clips.
That's what I was saying.
I missed him until about 20 minutes in, and then I'm like, I don't know how much more of this I can hear. He's hurt in my head.
There are still Curry College graduates that contact me that are pissed that he went to the same school that they did.
Yeah, and there's
Why
people
are
like,
they- why?
he's got this
He's,
going on or he's got that going on. I'm like,
guy's a
everyone's
gem.
got something going on. But they don't sound like Bird. Bird's one of a kind.
He's got a kid, right?
No.
He still lives at home.
He still lives. Well, that
I
doesn't
thought I
mean.
saw him on Facebook.
No, but
I thought
There's
he had a
kids
kid.
all around him. The Bird clan did not go very far. The Bird. I don't even know his real last name off the top of my head, but they did not.
Marchand.
Yes,
Marchand. Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it with a T at the end, not a D?
yes, it's
Marchand or whatever the hell his last name is. But his family. Yeah, if you follow him on Instagram, like it's a whole scene at that house. It's Everett people that moved.
So they all live in the same house. Like 12.
They might as well. It seems like there's always kids around. He's always playing with little kids. There's like
It's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
yeah. They don't move very far. The Marchands.
So you're pretty mean to people, huh, Fred?
No, not today. And there's a lot of testosterone. I think it's a time for yours truly to get on vacation.
Oh, you going on vacay?
I'm going on vacay next week.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be like Johnny Wallgame just gazing out the window. He keeps hitting the window, though. That's the problem. He keeps thinking it's free space. He sees trees. He doesn't understand the concept of see-through glass. That's the thing is you'll be like leaving the parking lot, and then he just flies into the windshield.
How's the emails
Jesus.
been, buddy?
And then he gets mad at me for driving. Like I'm the one. It's like, dude, you flew into my window. I didn't hit you.
Sitting on a mirror.
This isn't my fault.
Jesus, Wallach, stop flying into my window.
I'll do my best.
And then he just takes a big dump, and then I got to go to the car wash.
See, that's how I
Prestige
get
car wash.
revenge.
You can only go one time a day, though.
Yeah, but it's raining today, so I probably won't go. But I go Prestige car wash in the neighborhood.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a membership?
Sometimes John though knows I'm there, and then he'll just go and he'll wait for me to come right out, and then I'll go. I got to go right back in again. As you can tell, when John's eat breakfast, that's for me. All right, what do you guys got going today? You see, he's a bird.
McCone with us today, guys.
There it is.
Yep, got McCone.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's a rotating cast.
Got more football items.
I saw a clip of the show yesterday. He's kicked back in that chair looking like the Fonz. He is real relaxed.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't
Yucking
see
it up.
that? Take a look over when you guys are talking.
What did he blush about yesterday?
I don't know, but he was real comfortable. He was feeling no pain.
He's loving the life.
yesterday.
He is.
Well, he's a TV guy, is he not?
He is.
He's like a big Providence TV
so,
guy.
yeah.
I learned that 5 years after he started here. All right, very good.
All right.
You guys enjoy yourselves.
See you, Fred.
There'll be no
See you, Hardy.
commercials here,
See
just
you,
the
Walt.
headlines. That'll do it for us.